Welcome, guys. We are live. We are talking about skyrocketing players, guys that, have been making some headlines here with training camp and, they could really boom or could they bust? We just want to have a discussion here about skyrocketing players. Welcome to the channel, guys. I'm going to be doing live every night, 8:30 Eastern time. I'm super excited, guys. Fantasy football is back. And guys, there's been some news.
We now have breaking news.
Oh, say it again,
We
baby.
now have breaking news.
You guys know, someone put in the comments as I set up the preview, I had scheduled this live, and someone's like, oh, Joe's going to have a field day with Christian McCaffrey. Actually, hold on a sec. I was going to do that, but my calf is a little strained here. So we're going to be talking about strained calves. I mean, hold on a second. My calf's a little sore. I don't know about you guys. Who's got a strained calf in here? Not me, but I know who does. Christian McCaffrey. So we're going to talk a little bit about some skyrocketing players, some guys that are going to be plummeting in value, hopefully. But I think the sheep are still going to ride Christian McCaffrey. It's so stupid, man. I hate it. I've got a calf strain. What's up, Brian French? It's called Christian McCaff strain. That's the new name here. Anyway, so I'm excited to dive in. We're going to talk some news. We're going to put up some players here that have been doing well in camp and see if it's kind of like fool's gold or is it the real deal. I want to dive into it. So guys, you very, very important. You guys hit the thumbs up, smash it, tap it, slap it. I want everybody in here to hit the thumbs up. Taking some time away from the kids tonight and, every night actually to come on here with you guys. So listen, I love doing this. I love giving as much value as I can, but I appreciate a thumbs up. It really helps the channel. I want to get the message out to as many people as possible as an independent. So hit the thumbs up. And of course, this show is brought to you by mybookie.ag. Guys, why don't you go create an account there? Use code FFC for all the perks, up to $1,000 of welcome bonuses, guys. Get in on the action. We got football coming up. We got Olympics. We got MMA. We got so many things. And that's the account I've teamed up with. Mybookie.ag. Use code FFC, guys. FFC to go create an account. That's who I've teamed up with. That's the sponsor for the year. I like working with them. I've been working with them for years. But again, you want to go to mybookie.ag, create a with the code FFC, and you're ready to rock. Okay. So I want to talk a little bit about the news here. Just a little bit of news.
We now have breaking news.
Christian McCaffrey, calf strain. I'm also going to be I talked about this a little bit on tomorrow's show because I pre-recorded it. We're talking breakouts tomorrow. And I talked about this. Christian McCaffrey, calf strain, recently suffered, sidelined for a couple of weeks. Christian McCaffrey's going to be out. Dude, I've been telling you. There's about 6 flags I counted for Christian McCaffrey. And now this is like literally the cherry on top because at the end of the day, man, this guy is old. That's number 1. Number 2 is coming off a Super Bowl hangover. Number 3, this is very, very important. He got married. Okay. Number 4, he's coming off not 1, but 2 pinnacle years. Okay. Number 5, I mean, this is a big one here. I mean, we're talking like he's already got a calf strain. Like, I don't know how else to tell you this. And there's more, right? But at the end of the day, man, like I said, what goes up must come down. Christian McCaffrey is going to be going down this year. Let me know what you guys think. Let me pull up some comments here. That's kind of the news I'm really, I don't want to say excited about, but I was right about. Jordan Mason could be good. Yeah. I'm representing the Eagles today. Chase Brown, that's another guy. Let's talk. Is he the real deal? Yet to see, man. I don't know. I'm not really sold on Chase Brown yet. That's something we're going to have to watch, something we're going to have to monitor with Chase Brown. I don't know if I'm sold, but I know that Zach Moss is not the boss. If you guys listen to my Suck show, I talk about like Zach Moss, and like years to wow us, we're not wowed. So I don't know, man. Zach Moss, I'm not really sold on, to be honest with you, at all. But it is what it is. Chase Brown has an opportunity. Didn't do anything last year, but this is the year. Chase Brown could be doing it. He's a sleeper. I personally have no stock in Chase Brown, but I definitely see the upside. In Chase Brown, okay? Hard to find a difference between Curtis Samuel and CMC these days. Yep, they both suck. Tyrell's back in the house. Jakey the Snakey, some regulars here. If you guys want your questions, there's a premium option. I think guarantees your question to be answered. If I see that you guys bid on some stuff, then we'll do that. Again, guys, if you're just joining in, tap it, slap it, hit the thumbs up, and go to mybookie.ag, use code FFC. Go create an account and get in on the action. Hold on. What's this here? I just read. CeeDee Lamb was placed on IR on the reserve. Sorry, not IR. Did not report list. Oh, just on reserve. I guess he's holding out. Contract situation is no indication on when he'll join the team due to the contract. Fantasy players will need to monitor the situation. Okay, yeah, I am monitoring the situation. Kyler Murray will not play at all during preseason. Like, I hate that, man. I just dude, get on the field. Like, you haven't played the past 2 years, and now you don't play in the preseason. I hate this princess stuff. Like, I can't even come out for one down. Like, dude, get on the field, take a couple snaps, get your feet wet. Like, I don't understand. Like, I'm too good to come out for a drive. And I remember even last year, Pat Mahomes even came out for a drive. Like, if Pat Mahomes could do it, what's wrong with you guys? Like, just come out for a drive. I hate the preseason garbage where these starters think their poop don't stink and they can't come on. Like, that's ludicrous, man. Like, get on the field. So, we won't be seeing any Kyler Murray. I would like to see how he gels with Marvin Harrison, but we're not going to see that. Brandon Aiyuk we'll talk about in a little bit here, but again, there really isn't much in the news other than that. And Elijah Mitchell's banged up. Jordan Mason could emerge. Isaac Guerrero, maybe some other guys. But I'm telling you right now, I just don't see Christian McCaffrey finishing this season. And we're already starting to see that stuff. Yeah, I would stash Isaac Guerrero. Definitely. Yeah, Saquon is definitely a first-round keeper there, Sawyer. Definitely. So drop your questions, guys. Let's talk about this, guys. Again, before I do, guys, make sure you guys do grab the 16-round draft solution. It's going to put you guys light years ahead of the sheep, a.k.a. the consensus. Grab 16 rounds. You'll be light years ahead of everybody. Grab it below, okay? 16 rounds. You don't want to draft without 16 rounds. As soon as you sign up, you're going to get an email login. You can have all my sleepers, all the breakouts, full mock drafts, everything laid out on a silver platter. Literally, you have everything. You're going to have a backup plan for a backup plan and literally an ironclad roster. So go grab 16 rounds. And I also have a Patreon group right here, guys. For the in-season stuff, waiver wires, optimal DFS plays, exclusive videos, amazing community. Join the front lines, patreon.com/FF Counselor, okay? So let's talk about these guys. I'll pull up the first guy kind of skyrocketing a little bit or getting that attention. The first guy is going to be Deebo Samuel, okay? What do you guys think? I want to make this interactive. I've got no Deebo stock, but I definitely see an upgrade. I definitely see him getting more volume with Aiyuk gone. Again, Aiyuk may end up on the Patriots. He may end up on the Browns. But let me know what you guys think of Deebo Samuel. Again, I've got no stock, but I definitely see some upside here. What's up? Luke has a question here. Let's get to this question because he's kind enough to support the channel here. What's up, Luke? Rate my team. Goff, Lawrence, Henry, Jacobs, Wilson. Okay. Devontae Smith-Laporta, Benson McConkey. I guess that's Brian Thomas Jr., Sanat. I like it, man. I think Nabers is going to crush it. White's going to crush it. I think Brian Thomas and McConkey. I like this team, man. I really do. Yeah, solid team. I mean, Jacobs is kind of like boom or bust. I don't know. I have my question marks about Jacobs. I just think, got this gut feeling about him. I don't know what it is. But yeah, man, that's a solid team. Solid 8+. I mean, there's no guarantees, but there's something about fantasy football, right? That's why we would kind of go with these type of teams because, the lads, you roll some dice on some guys that are upside. It's very simple, guys. The reason we do this is because, the guys that you think are going to win your league aren't going to win your league. It's just like last year, everybody told you, Tony Pollard round 1 or whatever, right? Cook round 5, Mike Williams round 5, J.K. Dobbins round 4. These guys aren't league winners. You got to think outside the box. You got to take a chance, and that's what it is, okay? So, Connor says not enough RBs. Yeah, I kind of see. I would like some more RB depth. It doesn't hurt to grab some of those sleepers later. The Tyrone Tracy's, maybe someone like that at the end. Just kind of bolster up. And again, I lay out all those sleepers in the 16-round draft session. Actually, I did the August mock draft. If you dive in right now, go ahead, guys, get 16 rounds. I've linked it below or go to thefantasyfootballcounts.com. I did the August mock draft. And in the middle of the mock draft, I lay out all of the sleepers, literally every single one of them, okay? So make sure you guys do grab 16 rounds, and again, all the sleepers are there. So to wrap this up here with Deebo, I have no stock, but I definitely see him rising up the depth charts. He definitely gets more value now if Aiyuk gets shipped off, okay? Next one's Cooper Kupp. He's been getting some attention lately because, guys, it's very simple. The reason being is that, Puka got hurt a little bit, so Cooper's been kind of getting attention. And here's the deal, man. If he played the entire season last year, Puka would have never put up the numbers that he did. So for me personally, I'm fading both of these guys. Definitely fading Puka first round because, again, Cooper Kupp, a healthy Cooper Kupp, I mean, who's to say that he's just not the one anymore? Like, I know he's older. I was never a Cooper Kupp fan. You're talking to a guy who's anti-Cooper Kupp. And I'm telling you, I'm warning you that you could have some issues here if you're a Puka owner, because I really believe that Cooper Kupp can get more work this year. So again, it's up to you guys. You're kind of playing wide receiver roulette with the first 2 rounds because he's coming off late round 2, as early as round 3. I don't like playing wide receiver roulette with that. So Cooper Kupp, I'm a pass on. Let me know what you guys think. Cooper Kupp, are you drafting? Are you passing? Let me know. Again, guys, if you want your questions guaranteed, you got to do what Matthew Short. Martin Short, that was an actor. Martin Short. Why high on Nabers when Jones is the quarterback? Dude, they've been connecting. They've been connecting. I think I read something. Let me see if I can find the write-up here. I don't know if I screenshotted it or not. But I think they were in the drills here. I don't have it here. Where did I put it? But anyway, he basically caught 17 out of the 18 passes or something. Like he's catching everything. Malik Nabers. I don't have the write-up here. But literally, man, he's catching everything going his way. Daniel Jones is literally like his back's against the wall. So he has to succeed. And for that 3rd round ADP to get a wide receiver 1 with no committee, that's what you want. You want a true wide receiver 1. While everybody's, playing wide receiver roulette with Nico Collins and Diggs and all these guys, where nobody knows who the 1 is. You're getting a guaranteed 1 in Malik Nabers, ultra talented. 17 out of 18 out of catching. Thank you, Quentin. I appreciate that. So there you go. That's why we like him. Make or break year for Daniel Jones. Ultra elite talent, great attitude, great heart. Malik Nabers, absolutely love this guy. Okay, Martin or Matthew? I'm just so used to Martin Short, the old actor. Sorry, Matthew. I know it's Matthew Short. All right. So thank you. So there's your answer. I just get Malik. But again, you don't always want to rely on one person. You got to get a backup plan for a backup plan. Constantly aiming high on those depth charts, okay? What's up, Craig in the house? What's up? Drew reviews music. What's up? I heard from camp the Giants O-line has been good against the Lions. Yeah, man. Hearing the same thing. Deontay Johnson. Some people saying he's skyrocketing. Okay, let's go to the next one here, which actually leads to our next player, Malik Nabers, ironically. So yeah, we talked about him just now. I don't want to expand on it too much. If you're new, just joining us, Malik Nabers, must draft, doing amazing, catching 17 out of 18 passes thrown to him by Daniel Jones, ultra elite talent, guys. And yeah, I'm in on Malik. Let me know if you guys are in on Malik, okay? Let's take a quick pause here. We got more players to go through. Are they skyrocketing? Are they booming? Again, if you guys have not created an account, go, guys. Get in on the action, mybookie.ag. Again, I'm an independent, and these guys are nice enough to sponsor the channel here. You want to go and create an account there. Get set up. We got spreads. We got the regular matchups, everything like that. Throughout the season with NFL coming back, go create an account, put down your first deposit up to $1,000 welcome bonus. Use code FFC, guys. Mybookie.ag is where you want to head. Head on over there, guys. Create an account. You guys will be very, very happy. That's the site I use. Been with them for a long time, all right? I've left it here below. So Malik Nabers, I'm in on. Let's move on to the next guy here, Marvin Harrison Jr., another guy skyrocketing. Not necessarily their ADP's changing, but more buzz is coming out on that, reassuring my confirmation that I believe in him, right? So again, Marvin Harrison, smooth hands, amazing route runner, good speed, ultra elite talent, great separation. He's a prototypical wide receiver, awesome talent. Now, word out of camp, he's doing really well with Kyler Murray, and I just talked about the news prior to this episode. Kyler Murray's not going to be playing in preseason, which sucks. I would have liked to see him, but Marvin Harrison doing well. Is he going to give you a return on that 2nd round ADP? To be honest with you, I have him in one league. I have him in one league where I was attempting to go 0 RB. I just tried it. I'm like, let's go. And I stacked him with, I can't remember who my first wide receiver. I think it was like Garrett Wilson or something. I got to pull it up here either way. Anyway, I have him in one league. Let me just see here. I got him in Nabers, actually. And who did I go first overall? It must have been him. I don't know, because I think I went like 12th or something. And I was going to miss out on Nabers. I think, anyway, I got him and Nabers in one league. This team is like stacked. I wish I had more running back depth. But anyway, he's in one of my leagues. I think the upside is there with Nabers, to be honest with you. With Marvin Harrison and Nabers, for that matter. Are you guys in on Harrison at that early 2nd round ADP, or is it too rich? Let me know. My only hesitation is backup is Ritter. What's this? In round 3, Marvin Harrison Jr. is fair value. Round 2 is slight overpay. Yeah, I I don't know. You got to. Some people saying it's a fair value. I'm reading some comments here. The thing about it is, again, you guys are going to be paying a lot more for guys like Nico. You're paying a lot for Nico Collins, where he's not guaranteed to be the one. With Malik, with Harrison, guys, you are guaranteed that these guys are the one. Honestly, who is going to supersede these guys? Like, who's going to supersede these guys? Okay. And I guess the reason I like McConkey and Coleman so much, I got a lot of shares in those guys, man, is because of the people throwing them the ball. Now, you look at a guy like, let's go right to Keon Coleman. Let's talk Keon Coleman here. You look at a guy like Keon Coleman, he's got Josh Allen throwing the ball. Josh Allen last year threw a lot. I think he was like 5th in pass attempts. I know he runs a lot, but he also throws a lot. So you're looking at a guy like Keon Coleman, who is ultra elite talent, freak athlete, making like highlight reel catches. By the way, he's skyrocketing. So people are starting to wake up, which is something I've been talking about since, man, as soon as he got drafted, dude. Like, as soon as I saw the landing spot, I'm like, dude, you gotta go Keon Coleman. Like, you just gotta draft him. We're talking 240 plus passing attempts freed up, man. It's gonna be massive. It's gonna be massive. Keon Coleman, it's gonna be huge. Like, I'm talking like ding, 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 fantasy points, rack them up, like keep them coming. That's what I feel. I feel the ceiling for Keon is going to be massive. And I think the hardest question for me, people keep asking me, is like Keon Coleman or Ladd McConkey. I don't have an answer for this. Again, it's gut feeling. I think, again, when I look at it, I see like PPR upside in regards to like McConkey, and then I see like massive ceiling for Keon Coleman. Okay. Again, nobody knows, but I will tell you this. I love the quarterbacks throwing to him. I think Justin Herbert's going to do well. Again, a couple days ago, did a buy-in 350 buy-in league, and Herbert fell to the 14th round just from an injury. So if Herbert's falling, why are people still even considering CMC first overall? And they're going to keep riding CMC until he completely falls off like Eckler. Guys, remember what happened to Eckler last year? He was 2nd overall, and then he fell off. And I told you he'd fall off. Like, he was eventually due over that cliff. CMC's in that over the cliff moment. If it's not this year, it's guaranteed next year. Like, he's done. And yet, if let's just say CMC finishes on top again this year, they're going to beat it. They're going to keep beating a dead horse. And it's like they're going to keep until you guys fail. They're going to continue to put CMC on top until you guys fail. And that's what the Consheepses do. That's what these mainstream analysts do. That's what these 4-letter networks do. They take last year's top finishers and tell you to draft them again in that order. That's not how you guys are going to win. That's why 16 rounds is the game changer, guys. If you have not experienced 16 rounds, for all you guys that are in here now, I talk about this genuinely from the bottom of my heart, man. Like, I created this so that people can actually win their leagues. I was sick and tired of the rankings, okay? So I like Keon Coleman. I think he's a top 10 finisher potentially. If I'm wrong, I'm paying an 8th round pick. Now, mind you, as we get closer to the season, and dude, here's the thing, right? As soon as you guys see a highlight reel catch, or as soon as you start seeing Josh Allen going, if you even see one drive with Keon Coleman and he catches a ball, his ADP is shooting up, period. Curtis Samuel's not the one. The fact that people are saying Curtis Samuel is the one is absolutely ludicrous. They're completely lying to you. Do not believe anything the mainstream are telling you. They have zero idea what they're talking about, okay? Keon Coleman, he's gonna come up. We're talking skyrocketing upside boom players, right? Boom or bust. Again, based on that value, he's gonna crush it. Whereas a guy like Marvin Harrison, he's already expensive. A chance for a Harrison to bust based on ADP is a lot higher than a Keon Coleman. And if you ask me who I'd rather have based on that value, I'd rather give you Keon Coleman, okay? Very, very important. So again, if you get 16 rounds, I lay out exactly when to draft them, how to kind of balance your roster, how many running backs you should have, which quarterbacks to have. Who's this year's Laporta? All in 16 rounds, okay? Logan, again, if you guys want your question guaranteed to answer, because there could be a lot of questions here, and as we get closer to the season, there'll be more questions. Do what Logan's doing right here. That's the best way to get my attention here, to get your question answered. And again, my DM is absolutely inundated on Instagram. I have no chance to get to these. It's crazy. That's why I created the turnkey solution, 16 rounds, so everybody gets the answers. It's like having me at the draft with you. 16 rounds, principal cheat sheet, mock drafts, everything. I lay it out for you guys. You guys have been, oh my God, it's ironclad. It's amazing. Okay, so wide receiver, early rounds, 1 and 2, bell count. Okay, so wide receiver, early rounds, 1 and 2, bell cow running backs at turn. Okay, do you guys get the question? Wide receiver rounds 1 and 2, bell cow round. Okay, so what are you saying here? Like, where are you drafting from, Logan? You got to elaborate on this. Do you guys understand the question? Can somebody clarify this, or am I having a bit of a dyslexic moment here? Wide receiver early rounds, 1 and 2, bell cow RBs at the turn. So are you talking about, like, where are you drafting from? Like, are you saying round 1 and 2? And what RBs are you going to get in the third round that are workhorse bell cows? It's going to get very slim. I don't know if Derrick Henry is going to fall. Luke doesn't understand the question. Do you guys understand this question? Can somebody translate for me? Logan, sorry, I don't understand this question. So in the comments, you want to translate that. It says, I mean to say early round 1, RBs 2 and 3 turn. Guys, my brain hurts on this question. For some reason, it's not maybe the way he's wording it. Okay, rounds RBs at 2 and 3 turn. Okay, so you're saying wide receiver round 1, RB. So where are you draft? What's your draft position? Are you drafting first? If you're drafting first, then you could, 2-3 turn. I've seen Henry, Pacheco, HCN. Okay, yeah. I mean, if they fall, yeah, that's fine. Henry, Pacheco. I see what you're saying. So if you go, let's just say you go Marvin Harrison, or let's just say you go early and you go Amon-Ra or not Chase Brown, Jamar Chase, right? And then you come back. Is there going to be viable workhorses in rounds 2 to 3? Possibly, yeah. I mean, you can go Pacheco, you can go Henry. You get ATN. I'm not really an ATN guy. I like Zamir White. He might even fall. I think Zamir is going to crush it. I could be boom or bust. I'm leaning 100% boom, which, again, we could go to that guy right now. So, yeah, I mean, you could still get viable running backs in 2 and 3 for sure, but you're going to miss out. If you go round 1, you're going to miss out on Breece. You're going to miss out on Saquon. You're going to miss on Jahmyr Gibbs. You're going to miss on Kyron. He's early round 2. You're going to miss out on a lot. Just by missing the first round, by not going running back, it's going to give you issues, okay? Just to let you know. So I'd more likely like to get a running back round 1, maybe get a round 2 guy. Olave, I'm not really crazy on. He's there, like he's average. I feel safe with him. Round 2 is expensive. You go, Drake London, something like that. Marvin Harrison round 2 if he falls, and then Malik Nabers. I feel more comfortable with like a Breece, Harrison, Malik start, or like a London Malik start, something like that, more so than a, ATN, Henry, and like a wide receiver 1. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully that answers the question. Yeah. So let's keep going on with the boomer bust players, other guys rising up. Again, Zamir White, we talked about. I love him. Let's go Aiyuk here. What do you guys think of Aiyuk on the Patriots? You guys are probably going to ask me that question. Listen, I don't know. The quarterback situation is suspect there. It kind of buzzkills my whole feeling about Jalen Polk and Demario Douglas, who Demario Douglas was a 6th round pick. They never invested high draft capital, but he was doing well out of camp. And then you hear like Polk was doing well out of camp, 2nd round draft capital, guy, decent college stats. It's just a shame if they bring in Aiyuk, because one of those guys could have really went off, got a ton of volume, but they don't believe in him. Now, I don't think Aiyuk is worth $30 million a year. I'd rather run my rookies and spend money elsewhere, honestly. Like, I wouldn't pay Brandon Aiyuk $30 million a year. He's good. He's not that good. I was talking to Jimmy. It's going to be on the show tomorrow. We're talking about this. We pre-recorded it for tomorrow. He's saying, well, like, he was always target diluted. They had Kittle there. They had Debo there, yada, yada, yada. But other wide receivers were target diluted. You look at Justin Jefferson with Addison and Hawkins and all these other guys, it's like, if you're really good, you're going to be fed the ball a lot, right? So anyway, those are my thoughts there. I think it's going to buzzkill Polk and stuff like that. And I'm not an Aiyuk guy. I'm not an Aiyuk fan. I don't think he's that good, especially with the quarterback situation there in New England. So I don't know. You guys in on Aiyuk this year? I'm not doing it, man. Tyrell says, I want Aiyuk on the Patriots. It says Aiyuk, Polk, Baker. Polk will be in the slot, Dan is saying. Aiyuk wants money, so whoever has $30 million. I don't think he's worth that much, man. Steelers are back in the hunt. I heard Steelers are back in the hunt for him. Oddly, Papa says, I like Travis Etienne. Yeah, lots of questions here. So, yeah, we're going to get to Q&A in a moment here. I don't know. I'm just not in on Aiyuk, okay? Not in on him. Okay, before we get to the next guy here, again, make sure you guys, mybookie.ag, go create an account. Use code FFC. You get all the perks. mybookie.ag, guys. Go create an account. Again, you're going to be set up. Get in on the action. This is the site I use. Go create an account, guys. Football is back. All right, guys? Just wanted to give them another shout out. Last one for the day. I promise. Well, I can't promise, but if I shout it again, it is what it is. All right. So again, next one here I want to talk about real quickly is Jaylen Warren. Okay. That video came out where he's like basically taking on a defender and throwing him around like a rag doll. And he's like half the defender's size. I was like, man, Jaylen Warren's got heart. You know, am I investing in? I've got zero stock in Warren. Problem is, I was talking to Jim again on the show today. We'll be out tomorrow. And, you know, Najee, he's playing for a contract year. I think they just signed him for a franchise or whatever. They didn't pay him the big contract. He's playing for his life, Najee. But every time I see Najee, I think like lackluster, boring. He's going to run into a pile. Very, very boring. Like Najee just is so underwhelming. Drew says Jaylen Warren will boom. He should be a top 15. I think the talent is there. I think the heart is there. I think he's going to have some major PPR upside. The big question is how much volume is he going to get? Are the Steelers going to say, hey, we're going to push Najee aside. You're our future. And that's, you know, I don't think they're going to keep Najee. So if they're not going to keep Najee, then they're probably going to run Warren more. So I like him. There's something appealing about Jaylen Warren this year. I may regret this. I did my drafts. I've got zero Jaylen Warren stock, and I think that's going to be a regret. There's a bunch of guys I might regret. I might regret some Deebo Samuel stock. I wish I had maybe some more of Arvin Harrison stock, a little more Malik Nabers stock. I got him in one or two leagues. I didn't really go all in on those guys because they're so early, and I like the McConkey Coleman later on. So it's going to be very interesting. But Jaylen Warren is just a fascinating pick. He's exciting to watch. I'm going to be watching him for sure, but I don't have any ownership in him at all. But let me know what you guys think. Are you guys in on him at all? All right, let's keep going here. I like him. I think he's got some upside. Guys, let's get to a couple more here. I got 3 more, and then we'll get to a Q&A. Smash it, tap it, slap it, hit the thumbs up. It really helps the channel. I just want those thumbs up really gets the message out. If you guys hit this, everybody that's in this room, if everybody just take a second, just hit the thumbs up. It means a lot, guys. I appreciate it. Taking the time out for you guys. If you guys take up less than a second just to hit the thumbs up, it's really going to help this video get out there. Those thumbs up mean a lot. I know it doesn't sound like much, but it is in regards to getting this video out to more people. So if everybody could just take a pause quick, hit that thumbs up. Let's do it, guys. Let's get those thumbs up. Here's a thumbs up sound. I love that sound. Oh, there you go. We got the roar here. So there we go. Time out for the thumbs up. Get those thumbs up. Let's smash them. It means a lot. All right. All right. Let's go here to next guy here is Anthony Richardson. Dude, I don't know, man. Like everyone's hyped up about him. I'm not feeling it. Like I haven't seen enough to make me feel like I feel excited about this guy. I just seen 4 games in injury and a guy that likes to rush a lot and get a lot of goal line touchdowns. So I don't know. I need to see more. It sounds like they're not going to like put a leash on him and limit his running. They're going to let him run free, which is really good. But is that going to mean another injury? I don't know. Like for his price, it's expensive. I'd rather maybe get a discount, get someone else later. Like I don't know, man. I'm just not like maybe Jane Daniels or something like that later. A little bit later. He's pretty expensive too. I don't know. Richardson, I'm not in on. What do you guys think are Richardson? Again, if I'm getting a quarterback early, it's going to be a guy that's proven, right? Drew says, I got Richardson as a massive bust, arguably the biggest at the QB position. He's very expensive, man. Yes, the ceiling is amazing, some people are saying, but Jason says, AR, Anthony Richardson, 4 games makes you top 5 QB. That's my thoughts exactly. Mind you, again, I do see the upside. I do. I just can't do it. I can't, pull it on, a pick on him that early. I can't do it. I can't do it. Dan says, Fields taking the QB1 from Russ. Yeah, man. Very possible. Very possible. I don't think Fields is that good anyway. Okay, let's drop some questions here. I got one more player I want to talk about that I love. Should be skyrocketing. He's not moving as much as I thought, but Jake Ferguson, who already came out and said, like, I'm gonna have a better year. And I love Ferguson. I believe, there's a bold statement here. I should do a bold prediction show again. This guy is going to finish with more. Jake Ferguson, mark the date here. Jake Ferguson's going to beat Sam Laporta in fantasy points this year. And I get him at round 5 or 6 instead of the round 2. So I'm all in on Jake Ferguson. He's in all my leagues. I'm riding him as my tight end 1. I was right about, I'm pretty good. I was always the running back whisperer, which I am. I'm good at running backs. I've become the tight end whisperer as well. I'm just good at everything. So, I mean, that's all I do for a living. I hope I'm good. So Jake Ferguson, I'm really in on. What are your thoughts on Jake Ferguson? You got to look at the situation, right? You got Dak, who throws quite a bit, and there's no one else there. Who, Tolbert? Are you sold on Tolbert? And they got no running back. What was it? I just posted something in my story on the running back situation. Listen to this. Listen to this right out. I posted, if you guys follow my story, if not following story on Insta, follow. Listen to this. Running back situation with the Cowboys. If you're still wondering how Cowboys' plan at running back will shape up, join the club. This was what I think one of the beat writers. It seems the Cowboys don't even know yet. Ezekiel Elliott has had a few flashes, but he's nothing like his former self, nor should that be expected. The team likes Royce Freeman in the same sentence. But he went out with an injury. There you go. The extent is unknown. There you go. Monday, Deuce Vaughn also missed some time with injury. This is a disaster, man. These Cowboys are a joke. Rico Dowdle has been the face of the committee. That's pretty sad. And could be the lead guy during the season. In practices, he had some solid showings in pass protection, flashed receiving ability, and has gotten the call to run in high leverage situations. The running back is another area that's hard to judge in team practices, but the standout would well stand out, and that hasn't been the case yet. Dude, I've been telling you about Dallas running backs, man. Dallas is terrible. I honestly thought they were going to go Trey Benson, round 2. Straight up. I thought, or whatever they were drafting with their first or second pick. What did they do? They do the last thing you want a team to do, is bring back washed up Zeke. I despise the Cowboys organization for this. It's you might as well put me and Quentin Messenger. Me and you are going to be the running backs for the Cowboys. There you go. I choose you. I mean, it's not much different because the other guys suck. Why doesn't Dan Iglesias here? How about us? Zeke is cheeks, the video gamer says. Yeah, man, the Cowboys got some issues, man. So anyway, going back to what I was saying, which again, I'm going to go pull it up here, is I really like Jake Ferguson. I don't know what it is, man. There's something drawing me. I'm being drawn in to Jake Ferguson this year for a massive upside guy, factoring in a slight regression for CeeDee Lamb. And man, oh man, Jake Ferguson's he's a reliable target who's getting better, more rapport, already has the rapport with Dak. And now we got him being the second option there. I'm getting Laporta vibes. And the reason being, let's tell you why I think he's going to do better than Laporta. You got to take a look at the depth chart. Let's take a snapshot here, okay? Who's the number 2 receiver there? I don't even know. Is it Cooks? Is it Tolbert? Those guys suck. Cooks is over the hill. The other guy has done nothing. They got no pass-catching running backs, right? Ferguson's going to be a reliable safety net for Dak, okay? So I'm already seeing a default, boom, boom, boom. He's going to feed him, right? I'm just selling you on Ferguson, man. Don't pass up on Ferguson in drafts. And now we're looking at Laporta. Jameson Williams has been doing pretty good, okay? And then you got Gibbs. He's going to get more. He's going to get more volumes. Cowboys don't have Gibbs, okay? So there you go. There's 2 options right there. Amon-Ra demands the volume, right? And then it's going to be Laporta. Again, I'm not saying I like Laporta. And especially if you ask me who I'd rather have, Laporta or Nico, give me Laporta. I feel safer with him. But all I'm saying is Jake Ferguson is primed. Primed to crush. Primed to crush. Where's my sound effect? Where's my sound?
Jake Ferguson is primed to succeed.
That's it, man. I mean, he's ready to take off. Attention passengers, we're ready for a takeoff here. Jake Ferguson, buckle up. He's ready for absolute blast off. Thank you for joining the Counselor flight today. Our on-flight movie will be the Jake Ferguson highlight reel. Thank you, guys. We're out. There you go. What do you guys think of the sound effects? They're great, aren't they? The voice changer. I like that. I like that voice changer. It's kind of cool. Hello, everybody. It sounds like we're on a flight, doesn't it? I like the sound effect. Sounds like we're all kind of, in our cabins here. It's very great. All right. So anyway, that's my thoughts on it. I like Ferguson. Absolutely love it. Let me know what you guys think. Okay, let's get to some Q&A here. Again, if you haven't gotten 16 rounds, get 16 rounds right now. Smash the thumbs up. Jake Ferguson off my screen. I like you a lot. All right. So where's my smash thing here? All right. Drop a comment, but let's get to some questions here. Drop your question. Drop your questions. Again, guys, every night, 8:30, I'll come on for about half an hour. I always go over the time because when I'm talking fantasy, time flies when you're talking fantasy, doesn't it? So, it's like I try to get to as many people as I can. Again, I got the Patreon group, guys. Make sure you guys join that for direct access, waiver wires in season, Patreon group. Mybookie.ag, go create an account, use code FFC, get in on the action there. And of course, 16 rounds. If you're drafting with those 16 rounds, you're literally drafting blind. You're drafting based on consensus. You guys don't want to do that, okay? Make sure you guys get 16 rounds. If you do nothing, 16 rounds is an absolute must. Grab it right now. thefantasyfootballhouse.com. Go get it, okay? Let's get to some questions here. I'm torn between Tyreek Hill and Breece Hall. I don't know, man. I think Breece Hall is going to tear it up if healthy. I don't know. I hope he doesn't get hurt. Something in the back of my head says, injury. Like, I don't know. I'm not psychic or anything, but I'm very intuitive. If I never say handcuff anybody, ever. If you do get Breece Hall, my gut's telling me here, this is just my gut. I listen to my gut. It's very intuitive. It told me to avoid Tony Pollard round 1 last year. Eckler. It's really, really good. Yes, grab your Lion shirts as well. I don't know. I just got this gut feeling. Grab Braylon Allen. Again, I'm not psychic. I'm not pretending to be psychic. I'm not. Like, I'm just not. But I am intuitive when it comes to this stuff. If you get Breece, if you go Tyreek and Breece, 100% Breece. We don't know when Tyreek Hill's going to have that over-the-hill moment. He's been too good for too long. I would go Breece Hall, still young, still hungry. He's going to tear it up. Love the ceiling. But just grab Braylon Allen. Make a point to grab Braylon Allen. Okay? I don't know. It is what it is. Okay? Let's go some more questions here. What do you do with Rome Odunze? I think he's good value. I'm staying away. I'm staying away from the rookie quarterback in Chicago. I'm just staying 100% away. I'm not touching it. I think Rome Odunze could be the best wide receiver out of this core. I think he could be the one on this team. I think Keenan Allen gets hurt, right? And, I don't know. I'm just staying away from Rome Odunze. What do you guys think? Do you like Rome Odunze? Any type of three-headed wide receiver situation, especially with a rookie quarterback, I have my question marks, okay? Okay, so Lemonhead, what's up? What late round running backs do you have? Do you like? There's a lot. It depends. This is one of those things where there's a ton of guys that could break out. In 60 rounds, I laid them all out in detail. So if you haven't got 60 rounds, grab it because it's going to lay it out. But this is like one of those like gut feeling situational stuff. There's Tyrone Tracy who could surpass, Devin Singletary. Not sold on Singletary being a good running back. So there's an opportunity there. Bucky Irving could do well. I'm not really sold on Rashad White. Sean Tucker, actually, I think he's doing well in camp, but that's a bit of a reach. You don't want to reach too far. Kamani Vidal, as soon as a J.K. Dobbins injury happens, there's some upside there. I'm not really sold on Gus Bus being the starter. There's a ton, man. I mean, Blake Corum, I think, is going to dip into Kyron Williams' value. Again, it's totally up to you guys in regards to who you like and who's available later, right? It's crazy. It's the Wild West this year, but I think a lot of guys could potentially break out. Nobody knows 100%. I don't know 100%. All I could do is give you guys my suggestions, when to draft them, kind of how to fill your roster. But that's why you want to, particularly with running backs, be a little more top heavy with them because a lot of question marks happen after round 3, okay? A lot of it gets really dicey at running back after round 3. And again, there's a ton of guys that could do well. I'm a little turned off Jonathan Brooks. I don't have any Jonathan Brooks stock. Oh, it's funny he just said this. That's Quentin just asked this. This is a good question. This is a tough one. The problem with Jonathan Brooks I'm having right now is very simple. Is like he's going to miss time. That's a no for me. This has kind of been my rule. Like Addison is going to miss time. Rashee Rice, going to miss time. Even if they've got league winning upside, I just don't do it. Anyone that's going to miss time for any reason, I don't draft them. Every week matters. So if I'm drafting a guy 7th round draft capital, which is Brooks, wherever he's coming off, around 7, 8, whatever. If I draft him, I'm losing a potential starter for 4 weeks, a guy that I could have drafted in the 7th round. I'm really, really greedy, and I'm really stingy when it comes to my players. And if my guy is missing 4 weeks, and then Jonathan Brooks misses 4 weeks, and then he's got to get eased in and adjust to the speed, and like it's like he might not get going until week 7, 8. We don't know. I don't know, right? Like, I don't know, man. I like Jonathan Brooks. I do. Don't get me wrong. I don't like missing time. This is a great question here. Logan, you're making it tough on me here, okay? Again, if you want, there's a pay button if you guys want your question guaranteed to be answered. Support the channel. If not, I'm just going to randomly pick a couple here. Kyron or Gibbs? This one's tough. Now, if you guys haven't seen it, Kyron Williams was on the show. He's going to be at the Fantasy Sports Summit. If you guys don't know, I'm doing a virtual summit as well. August 21st. Pat Fryermuth, Trey Benson, Kyron Williams, Frank Gore Jr., Rashid Shaheed, Tajay Spears. I'll be there, Jimmy. August 21st. Grab your ticket. thefantasyfootballcounts.com. Tickets are limited. They're selling fast now, man. It's like hotcakes at this point. It's going to be an online conference like this, but we're going to have athletes on. It's like a live podcast. And Kyron's there. And I had Kyron on the show, and he's very confident. After that conversation, I'm sold on Kyron. Problem is, I do think Blake Corum is going to be a thorn. The big question is Kyron going to stay healthy? He sounds confident that he will. Go back and listen to that. Top 10 running backs, it's about 2 weeks ago. The big question is how much is Blake Corum going to dip in? Is he going to be dipping in more than Montgomery? I doubt it. I really doubt it. Again, who would I choose out of these two? Oh man, you guys, this is tough. I'd probably lean Gibbs a little bit. The Montgomery thing is destroying me though. It's Buzz destroying me. I'd probably give the slight edge to Gibbs. Gibbs, I think, is the best running back in the league right now. Without Montgomery, this guy is explosive. He's fun to watch. He is just awesome, man. Gibbs is just an amazing, amazing talent. Like, man, oh man, it's tough. I think both have a good season. I just hope that their counterparts don't really chew into it. Tajay or Warren? I'm in on Tajay simply because he could be the one a lot easier. I think Pollard sucks. I think Pollard's worse than Najee. Not to mention, you got 280 freed up targets and a team that's going to run the ball a lot. I like him. I like him a lot. Jason says, how many elephants can Kyron bench? If you guys don't know, I asked Kyron Williams, like, what would you say? Do you think that people should draft you? He says, is an elephant heavy? I'm like, yes, we'll draft you. Hassan, what's up? If you missed out on Jake Ferguson, which tight end do you recommend? I got a bunch of sleeper tight ends that you can get later that have like boom upside. Again, all laid out in 16 rounds. I hope you don't miss out on Jake Ferguson. But if you do, there's a couple options. One of them might be Pat Fryermuth, but that's all I'm going to tell you. You guys get 16 rounds for all the answers. I can't give away all this stuff for free, okay? Byjan or Lamb, I'd go Byjan there for sure. I just like running backs the first round. Do you do independent defensive players, IDP advice as well, counselor, lion mentality? I don't really, to be honest with you, and I'm going to be straight up. I don't know defensive players that much. And here's the reason why I'm turned off defensive players. It's very simple. I was in a league like 10 years ago, and we all had defensive players. I think we had like linebacker, corner. I can't remember what the other position was. We had defensive players. And then like those defensive players would kind of go off certain weeks. They'd have like 40 points, and then they wouldn't put up any points for like 10 weeks. And it kind of throws off everything. It's just very volatile. My only advice for independent defensive players is don't have independent defensive players. I can't stand them. I think most leagues are trying to get away from defense and special teams in general. And kickers, if I can get away from kickers and defense, I would do that, okay? I would do that. A couple more questions here, and I got to roll. Do you think Nick Chubb as an RB4 is good value? Yeah, I've got no Nick Chubb stock. I'm just staying away from it. I don't want to be a part of it. I'm staying away. And yeah, I'm not going to be touching it at all, okay? All right, guys, I got to roll. Again, mybookie.ag. Go create an account. What are you waiting for? As soon as we get off, go create an account, mybookie.ag. Use code FFC and go grab 16 rounds as soon as we get off. That's your homework for tonight. Once you get 16 rounds, we'll come back on these lives and you guys have more in-depth analysis in regards to what I'm doing. All right. 16 rounders. I appreciate it. Everybody, I appreciate it. Thank you. I'll be on every night, 8:30. And I'm going to roll out here. Okay, guys? I'm going to keep the content rolling. Every night, 8:30. Turn on that bell. Turn on the bell. Go get 16 rounds as soon as we're done. We'll talk soon, guys. I'm out.